Hello, I'm Reginald Bullock, and
My name is Trey Wilder, and on today's show, this is called Just Living. It's the first episode called The Pilot. I like it. I like it. hmm
so you want to transition to what?
Thinking intelligence. I'm thinking intelligence because everybody talks about hustle. Everyone talks about smart. Fun fact, I just had this conversation about someone being smart, and a young woman said she doesn't like that term.
Okay.
So now I feel like when people say smart, it's kind of like, I don't want to say a slap in the face to people who are intelligent. But before we get on to that, I wanted to know what's your definition of intelligence? Because again, I just want to reiterate, I said he was an SME, and apparently that was a slap in the face. So he had mastered at the program, got a book out. Floor is yours, sir.
So the smart piece. I think culturally, back in the day, smart was a term used in an educational environment
hmm
of a standard.
hmm
So when you did all of the things you needed to do academically to achieve a certain standard, you were considered smart. And then smart started to take on different definitions.
Right.
In England, they may say you dressed smartly, right?
Okay.
Which
Okay.
means you dress better than somebody that's not smart.
Okay.
So in
Okay.
academics, you're smart, which means you're better than somebody that's not smart. We had so many different yin yang, good, bad, positive, negative uh, ways of evaluating a person or a thing or situation. And it just kind of stayed with us for a long time.
hmm
Not to slam the educational institution, but it was designed for the agricultural age.
Okay.
We've
Okay.
transitioned from the agricultural to the industrial to the information and technology.
Right.
And the educational school system is still the same as it pretty much was back in the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah.
So the word smart has stuck around.
hmm
Intelligence, on the other hand, that's a whole different story.
hmm
So intelligence is where you are able to synthesize information and come up with a solution, a strategy, a thought leadership, and it's useful that it can be used from an actionable perspective.
Right.
So in high school or college, you learn in chemistry that you have applied science and pure science.
hmm
So pure science is just science for the sake of science.
Right.
But applied science is when you're doing something with it. So it's just like pure knowledge versus applied knowledge. You can be smart, but so what now what?
hmm
The now what is the applied knowledge. So now I say all of those as a foundation to intelligence, because intelligence has a lot more factors and requirements.
Right.
It requires you to be able to do actionable and applied knowledge.
hmm
It requires you to take this information and do something with it. It requires you to understand the now what.
Right.
So when you are intelligent,
hmm
it means that you're able to process the information, the data.
hmm
You're able to synthesize all of that. And similar to generative AI,
hmm
you're able to come up with a new solution,
Right.
a new thought, a new idea, a new way based on the data.
Right.
So, not to conflate being intelligent with generative AI,
hmm
but it is kind of similar.
Okay. Okay. I
For
got you.
those who are techie or data people, who are engineers, where
Make the
that's how you think.
right.
I wanted to put that out there so that they can understand a little parallel.
Mhm.
But it's more than that, right? Because you got emotions in there, and then of course you have EQ, right? And so, and EQ is emotional quotient, but we also call it emotional intelligence. But the point is, how do you know if a person is intelligent? Well, for the most part, do they know what the heck they're talking about?
Yeah.
A lot of people espouse superfluous fluff.
Right.
They sound good. They ain't said shit.
Exactly.
And
That
so,
context piece is it matters so much.
so there was nothing intelligent about what they said.
Right.
But then you can take intelligence to a higher level. And I was in the intelligence community in the military.
Mhm.
I have a master's degree in strategic intelligence.
Right.
And I help people strategize various things for the organization, for plans, and come up with strategy that you can come up with a plan that you can execute.
Mhm.
So the intelligence element of that is, do you have the ability to take all of this information and make sense of it
Mhm.
and come up with a solution that you can execute to achieve what you need to achieve? So it's not just being smart.
Gotta discern, and then okay. Like so, for example, I realized the information that I got, right, the data that I got is my battery low on my computer. So intelligence says I'm gonna go ahead and get up real quick and charge it in before the camera dies. But I get you though. Intelligence. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we hope you have had a good time. Like we said, bro. Listen. This was supposed to be a little test run for the pilot. We ain't got our clothes on like the way we wanted to.
We'll wear them next time.
Hey, next time, next time. But definitely hope you all appreciate this conversation. Hope you all learned something. And most importantly, please like, subscribe, comment, and tell anyone who's anyone about the show. Because not necessarily for ratings, so we'd appreciate them. But at the same time, we want to get y'all feedback. Because maybe we said something that was off or sounded wrong, or you had questions about it. I don't know. Like I know people might have question marks on something I said. So please share your thoughts and tell us. I know for a fact. I promise you, I will gladly reach out. And Reggie's pretty open himself too. And again, it's just two guys having genuine conversation from different backgrounds. So, but before we do close, I do want to say, Reggie, I appreciate you because fun fact, he did challenge me when we were fishing, and he was like, I mean, yeah, if you gonna call me, go ahead. And if you know Reggie, that's more of like, I'm doubting it a little bit. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I call this man next day, next week type vibes, and I did, and now we're here, and this is really motivating because I got to go help a friend move after this, and I promise you, I'm trying to think how can I avoid that to go get some more recordings done. Like this is exciting, bro. This is
hustle.
Exactly. So Reggie, like from the bottom of my heart, just over the years, I appreciate you as a person, and I just wanted to make sure I had it on camera. I know we had like a flowers segment, quote unquote, to possibly talk about, but like I wanted to make sure I gave you your flowers and say thank you from the bottom of my heart. So I appreciate this.
Thank you. All right. Well, on that note, in the words of Russell Simmons,
Hey,
thank you very much. God bless.
hope you have a good one.